Hello and welcome to Cheetah TV. My name's Brian Badger from the Cheetah Conservation Fund. Now, in previous episodes, when we've covered different topics about Africa, we've looked at the landscape and the animals and the people, the music, the ingenuity that goes on in Africa. Well, today we want to be shining a light on Africa's oldest conservationists. I mean, in Namibia, Ethiopia, across the Horn of Africa, and indeed throughout Africa, Indigenous communities have lived in balance with their environment for centuries, using knowledge passed down through story, ritual, and the rhythm of the land. This is the wisdom we can't afford to forget. Let's begin with a Namibian example, the Himba people. Pastoralists in the northwest, see the landscape as a living ancestor. Certain trees and springs are taboo to touch, protected not by law, but by belief. And in Ethiopia, the Tigray region, the church forests, sacred woodlands protected around ancient Christian monasteries have preserved rare biodiversity, even as deforestation continues elsewhere. Where outsiders see wilderness, these communities see sacred inheritance. In the highlands of Ethiopia, terraced agriculture has prevented erosion and maximized rainfall for generations. Farmers grow enset, also called false banana, a drought-resistant staple, and that's kind of supports food security for millions of people. In Somalia, agropastoralists have developed seasonal calendars that guide planting and grazing with the rains and the animal movements. And in Namibia, indigenous knowledge underpins wildlife conservancies, ensuring cheetahs and livestock can share the land. Farming isn't just an economic activity here, it's ecological stewardship. There's also fire and grazing knowledge. I mean, fire is not always an enemy. Among Namibian pastoralists, seasonal burning clears old grasses, renews the savanna, and supports wildlife habitats. In dryland regions of Ethiopia and Somalia, grazing rotation is carefully managed by community elders. By moving herds between seasonal pastures, they prevent overgrazing and allow grasslands to regenerate. It's a natural balance backed by generations of observation and respect. Then you've got the water wisdom in arid lands. The water scarcity in Namibia and the Horn of Africa has always demanded ingenuity. Communities dig shallow wells using knowledge of underground springs that's passed down orally. In Ethiopia's eastern highlands, stone bunds or low walls built across slopes slow rainwater runoff and trap soil, basically rejuvenating farmland. These are not modern inventions, they're ancestral technologies, and they work. So from the Himba of Namibia to the farmers of Ethiopia's highlands, Africa's indigenous knowledge is not just folklore, it's environmental science in action. At CCF, we've seen how conservation succeeds when local knowledge leads it. It's time the world listened more closely to these guardians of the land. Now, if you like the video, you find them interesting, please subscribe, like, and share our videos. It helps us grow and it helps us share stories about the holistic conservation that CCF is so famous for. Speaking of which, if you want any more information about CCF or its work in Namibia, Somaliland, or throughout the Cheetahs range, you can find so much information on our website, which is at cheetah.org. Now, if you've got a flavor of Africa and you want to go and experience it yourself, don't forget you can always find details of accommodation that's available at our centre in Namibia, where you can really witness frontline conservation in action and see the wonders of Africa itself. And all those details, again, can be found on our website, which is at cheetah.org. So I hope you've enjoyed the episode. Stay tuned and listen in, subscribe, and get that notification for future episodes. In the meantime, from me, Brian Badger, and all of us at Cheetah TV, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again very, very soon. Thank you.